Hello and welcome to the best of 88 in hurling, the highlights of a year which held high hopes for Tipperary fans, a year which saw the end of an era for Kilkenny perhaps, once the kingpins of Leinster, and a year which, in the final analysis, saw Galway still the team that all the others had to beat. Well, the competitive season began in the most promising of fashion for Tipperary, as they sailed into the league final in impressive style, and they gave us an exhibition of craft and skill in that final against Offaly.
And John Denton, the 40-year-old official from County Wexford, starting his second league final between these great neighbours. Tremendous rivalry between the two of them, I can tell you. And that's Joe Hayes as Tipperary played down from right to left in the first half. Great anticipation about Croke Park. And two defenders going for the one ball, and John Kennedy was very vigilant, the centre half back. Such super skills. Player playing with an eye infection this afternoon, and they're taking a bit of a chance in playing him in the first place, but he's so anxious to participate. Joachim Kelly through towards Mark Corrigan on that left wing. Bobby Ryan getting there first, but he leaves it behind to Mark Corrigan. The experienced Mark Corrigan towards Eugene Coughlin. It runs on to Pat Cleary. No whistle. Oh, it comes off Ken Hogan. It's gone behind for a 65. What brave goalkeeping. Pat Cleary can't quite believe it. Brendan Keeshan to take the 65. Remember the goal he scored against Wexford from this position. This time he's content with a point to cut it back 3 points to 2. And what a scorer this man is, Brendan Keeshan. That's 2 goals and 15 points he's scored in this year's league. Ken Hogan has come about 25 metres from his goal to take this free. Tony O'Connell. Back it comes to Joe Hayes. Oh, that's a lovely bit of shooting from Joe Hayes, the midfield player. So Tip really now lording it at midfield and leading by 5 points to 2. Joachim Kelly battling with Joe Hayes, and Hayes once again obviously given a great deal of encouragement by that last score. Pa O'Neill plays for the county champions Kappa White, and so he's the captain of the side this afternoon, playing it dangerously across towards Pat Fox, trying to connect, but that's swept out, but only as far as Donny O'Connell trying to advance on goal. And this is Ger Coughlin there, but again it's the unselfish hard work of Nicky English coming to Tipperary's aid, beating Coughlin. There's his shot from just about any angle this man can score. And Nicky English has scored 2 points in the match as Tip lead by 6 points to 2. 18 minutes now gone in the first half. Nick Coughlin threads it through the centre towards Declan Fogarty, but Tipperary enjoying a stranglehold at midfield. Joe Hayes linking up with Nicholas English here. English across towards Fox, overhit that pass, and that's Brendan Keeshan going back adventurously in front of goal to make the save. Martin Hannamy completes it. Good ball, and taken nicely by Conor O'Donovan, just there ahead of his opponent. A good catch down towards Nicky English. It breaks down to Pa O'Neill, stopped by Jim Troy. A very good save by Jim Troy, the Offaly goalkeeper, from the shot by Pa O'Neill. The game hots up. 10 minutes to go to half-time. No goals in the game so far as Joe Hayes dominates at midfield. Tries to set up another chance for English. Overhits that one to the centre. Aidan Fogarty is beaten, however, by English. Kept it in play well. Can he link up with Fox now? That's Martin Hannamy again. Woo, went up there and connected with Fox. Taken by Donny O'Connell. Donny O'Connell playing it from near the sideline, and a lovely score. Well, some of the Tipperary players now are making a fine art of this. Scores from near impossible angles. Donny O'Connell's first of the afternoon. It's 8 points to 3. Declan Ryan, that ball didn't even reach midfield. Clearly Offaly are going to have to make changes in midfield very shortly. Meanwhile, it's Aidan Ryan. On for Pa O'Neill. Oh, he's put it over the bar. He had a really good chance there of scoring the opening goal of the game, but Pa O'Neill, the team captain this afternoon, will have to be content with a point. And so now 4 of the 6 forwards have got themselves on the score sheet. Declan Fogarty linking up here with Pat Cleary. Cleary turning around Conor O'Donovan, trying to play it forward towards Mark Corrigan. It's got to Paddy Corrigan. A rasping shot off the goalkeeper, and it's gone behind for a 65. A second good save by Ken Hogan, the Tipperary goalkeeper. A fine piece of anticipation, once again denying Offaly. Joachim Kelly towards Paddy Corrigan. The pick up by Mark Corrigan across towards Joachim Kelly. Kept moving on that left wing, trying to round Bobby Ryan. A difficult thing to do inside the 20-metre line now. Across the face of the goal towards Pat Cleary. Hogan is out. The Tipperary goalkeeper sweeping it across towards Joe Hayes here on this left wing. He's beaten, however, by Pat O'Connor. Blocked down well by the Tipperary captain, Paul O'Neill. Plays it to midfield, but only to the waiting Brendan Keeshan, who should be marking Paul O'Neill. Steadies himself. There's the shot. And Offaly are back in business. 9 points to 5. Without playing all that well, near to half-time, they find themselves only 4 points adrift. Declan Ryan in midfield. Bats it down to Pa O'Neill. That's cut out, however, by Brendan Keeshan. Keeshan down towards Eugene Coughlin. Noel Sheehy getting there first. He's played remarkably well at fullback. That's on by Bonner to the unmarked Aidan Ryan. Through the centre towards Nicky English. Casually lobbing it forward, but overplaying it into space. And Martin Hannamy, the only one there for Offaly. Bonner combining with Bobby Ryan that time in their over-enthusiasm, but catches it safely. Ryan through the centre, but nobody except the Offaly fullback. That's Aidan Fogarty in position. Off Pat Cleary, down it comes to Declan Fogarty. Can he open up the middle of that Tipperary rearguard? Beautifully stopped by Paul Delaney. It comes back to Joachim Kelly, whips it over the bar for his second point of the afternoon. Both points coming from play from the experienced Joachim Kelly. So that's the first score of the second half, and he says, right, let's have some more of that. Towards Joachim Kelly, who's enjoying a very successful spell, being marked by John Kennedy. Kelly cross towards Cleary. Here's Pat Cleary, trying to get a striking shot at goal. Pursued there by Seamus Gibson, robbed by Seamus Gibson. The cornerback kicking it to the middle of the field towards Aidan Ryan. Lets it bounce down to Declan Ryan, his namesake. Ryan sweeping it forward towards Pat Ryan, the two-man Tipperary attack. Pat Ryan and Nicky English. Ryan stopped once again by Martin Hannamy. That's brilliant cornerback play by Hannamy. Getting it out, and the game really picking up a notch or two. Brendan Keeshan sweeping it downfield, but there's nobody there except Seamus Gibson, the one who started that entire move. Paul Delaney way across into space where the tireless Aidan Ryan is prepared to run his legs off. Comes forward towards Donny O'Connell. Stopped, however, rather easily. Bad clearance from Donny O'Connell through towards Nicky English, swept out by Hannamy. Back once again. Here's English, chance of a goal here by Nicky English. Oh yes, it's the opening goal of the second half. The opening goal of the match as well. 8.5 minutes gone. And when Nicky English was played into space behind the defence, he had a goal in his mind, and it was a brilliant shot into the corner. And this is Aidan Ryan, ostensibly the corner forward. But here he is, a player who could augment the half back line, or midfield as well. What a tremendous player. But that's cut out easily by Ger Coughlin. Pushing it across towards Declan Fogarty, who's now operating at a right half forward, in towards Eugene Coughlin, the full forward still. Getting inside, Noel Sheehy. Coughlin once again, the shot. Saved by Hogan, and what somehow got away by Bobby Ryan at the expense of a 65. Well, what a brilliant move. Michael Duigan dispossessed by Bobby Ryan. Here's Declan Ryan, good wing forward in towards Pat Fox. Martin Hannamy there, right beside Fox. Fox got in his shot nonetheless. Inside, and here's Paul O'Neill. Yes, the second goal, a second Tipperary goal. Scored by the captain, Paul O'Neill, the Capel White player. And all the credit must go to Declan Ryan for playing that one way inside the defence. There were two Tipperary men there, and O'Neill hit it in his stride right into the corner. A goal and a point is scored in the final. So now it really is being put up to Offaly. Well, here's Cleary trying to round Seamus Gibson. Inside towards Eugene Coughlin. Backs to the goal. The driving shot saved by Ken Hogan. Back in by Mark Corrigan to Eugene Coughlin, and they've got the goal they so vitally require. It's come with 7.5 minutes remaining. Is there a further response now from Offaly? Joachim Kelly waited. Ball landed down into his hand. He's fouled about 35 metres out. The bandaged thigh and knee there of Eugene Coughlin, the goal scorer for Offaly. They wait, and it's going to be Mark Corrigan. Is he going for another goal? He is, and he's got it! He's got it! It went right through the net, and now Offaly are right back in there with 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes. That one from a free right through into the corner by Mark Corrigan. PJ Martin, he's played well at centre-half back. Ger Coughlin to the other centre-half back. The elegant skills of John Kennedy. Through the middle it comes once again. A match being played with the fervour of championship action at this stage. Conor Stakelum. Michael Dignan making it hard for him. Here's Bobby Ryan. The former All-Star Bobby Ryan getting a second chance. Driving it forward. Jim Troy saw it all the way. Read it well. The clearance to midfield towards Joachim Kelly. It runs on, however, to Joe Dooley, the man who started as his midfield ally. Dooley down towards Eugene Coughlin. Coughlin can't hold on to it, but threads it through nonetheless towards Pat Cleary. Cleary for Offaly. His side behind by 5 points at the moment. Shot half blocked down. Eugene Coughlin battling bravely once again. But Tipperary, they're in great numbers. One of them is Seamus, the man they call Sharky Gibson. And that's Joe Hayes as sweeps it out of defence. Michael Dignan under the ball, hand passing it to Ger Coughlin. Steadying himself. Back into the heart of the Tip defence. What a tremendous match this has turned out to be. Eugene Coughlin once again striking it. Saved by Ken Hogan. Was it over the line? It wasn't. Somehow it was kept out. So it's all down to the last minute. Fox. Helped on. Conor Stakelum. Stopped. And it's in. By Pat O'Neill, I think. Pat O'Neill's second goal. The team captain. Is it now Tipperary's day? Surely it's going to be. That rasping shot could only be parried by Troy, and O'Neill was there to slam it into the back of the net.
Tip then giving us fair warning that they were picking up in 88 where they'd left off at the end of the 87 season. In Leinster, the championship got underway in earnest on a dull, damp day in Nolan Park in Kilkenny. Dublin were determined to do something special in their millennium year. They took on Westmeath in the opening match.
Ryan McCabe, the centre half back, highly thought of in the game. The long one in. Towards Denny McCormack again for Westmeath. David Kilcoyne. A great goal by David Kilcoyne. Denny McCormack sent it across and David Kilcoyne finished it. It broke out towards Denny McCormack. He sent it across. There's a little feint here, I think, from David Kilcoyne. Yes, you see it. He was looking up and he rifled it home. That's a splendid goal by David Kilcoyne. John Toomey. Pulled on by Brian McMahon. A great goal by Brian McMahon. Well, Dublin badly needed a goal, and Brian McMahon, the man in your picture, is the man who got it. John Toomey has hit a lot of sideline balls in this first half. They haven't all been hit as well as that one. It caused a bit of trouble in the Westmeath defence, and in it went. The Dublin defence has tightened up a bit in the last 10 minutes or so after conceding a lot of scores early on. But now the well has dried up for Westmeath. Denny McCormack will try to get things going again, however. David Kilcoyne sending it across. A good swing and a good save. And a good save at the second attempt. Good work by the goalkeeper, Pat Delaney, who had to be vigilant. In 35 minutes' time, barring a draw, one of these sides will be out of the Leinster Championship. Derek Finn here for Dublin with that distinctive orange helmet, determined that that team will be Westmeath and that Dublin will be through to meet Offaly. The first point comes in only 10 seconds from Brian McMahon, the Dublin full forward who had such a good first half. So Brian McMahon's point has put Dublin into the lead. Let's see what it does for their confidence. Well, it does a fair bit, I can tell you. There's Joe Morris with another one. We're now in the last 5 minutes of this Leinster Championship quarter-final, and at this stage it looks like Offaly versus Dublin. But things can change so quickly in hurling that it might be rash to say that. And a very hard pull there on Shane Dalton going in. He gets the point. The referee, Pat Delaney, gave the advantage there, but it was a hard pull on Shane Dalton.
And that helped Dublin into the Leinster semi-finals and a meeting with Offaly. A tilt with the title holders Kilkenny awaited the winners of the second match at Nolan Park that day between Wexford and Laois.
Here's Critchley, and he's drifted away out into the middle of the field, not playing corner forward at all. That's up towards PJ Cuddy, between PJ Cuddy and Eamon Cleary, and the goalkeeper Paul Nolan committing himself, leaving it behind however. Paul Bergen, oh, he's driven it in, and how did that stay out? Now watch for Bergen, getting round John O'Connor, and where did the shot come off? Off the post, and down to safety. John Taylor's clearance. Once again up towards PJ Cuddy. A strong full forward, saved by Paul Nolan, but the second attempt, and how did that stay out? Joe Dollard was the one who had the last attempt, and by now Laois should have 2 goals to their credit. It's Pat Critchley trying to carry that ball forward into the Wexford half. Eugene Fennelly here, switched across from the right wing to the left, getting it onto the right hand side, and another goal attempt missed. This time it was by Seamus Plunkett. Well, they should now have at least 3 goals to their credit, and we've only got 15 minutes gone. Watch for Seamus Plunkett at number 13. The chance surely should have been finished. John O'Connor. Just towards Billy Byrne, John Taylor. In towards James O'Connor. Good shot, and it's finished in the net. A lovely goal, the first of the game, coming after 18.5 minutes play, and James O'Connor was the scorer. Watch for this first-time shot as the ball was in the air, but first there was that attempt to get it out by John Taylor. Watch for James O'Connor to swing onto it sweetly, connected beautifully, and it beat the goalkeeper. John Bohan, the Laois free taker, taking most of the long-range frees out of defence. It's across towards Paul Bergen's wing, and the referee has whistled up inside for a foul, and he's calling across the Wexford fullback Eamon Cleary, player who was rather surprisingly left out of the Wexford team for the league semi-final, and he becomes the first player to have his name taken for that foul in there. And the referee has decided that it was a penalty because it was a foul inside the large parallelogram. Here's the penalty. It's a goal, and the sides are level. 27.5 minutes gone, and Paul Bergen, the penalty taker. Referee stopping the game for just about every infringement. Here's Ray Murphy. Tommy Delaney against Seamus Fitzhenry. James O'Connor. Good ball, near post, taken low by Kevin Fennelly. Not a good clearance from Kevin Fennelly, trying to link up out here. It's Billy Byrne. Picked up by Sinnott. Good shoulder by Paul Bridges. Or not by Paul Bridges, by Bohan rather. Seamus Fitzhenry followed up well, drives it over the bar for Wexford's second point of the second half. Free taken deep into the Laois square, and Houlihan just couldn't hold on to it, but it's a penalty because he was fouled inside, and so we have the second penalty down there in that goal. The last one was for Laois, this one is for Wexford. Wexford who lead 1-9 to 1-6. John O'Connor, the penalty taker, and he scored in the 15th minute of the second half. John O'Connor has scored a goal and 3 points, all from frees, as he races back. Kept in play well by Andy Dunn. PJ Cuddy trying to pick out on this near side. Paul Bergen looking for Laois's second score of the half. They're trying to go through 3 Wexford players. Well broken up by Paul Bridges. He's had a very adventurous afternoon, Paul Bridges. This is Jimmy Houlihan knocking it forward. Tom Dempsey following up. The loose player inside is Eamon Sinnott, and another player, Ray Murphy, standing waiting and scoring. It seemed to take an eternity to cross the line, and watch as the defenders overcommitted themselves. An elementary mistake really. Surely he was well outside the small square, but it did seem to take an eternity to cross the line. Down towards Critchley, who's been a real disappointment. But there's a very good shot and a marvellous save by Paul Nolan, right at the death. Pat Critchley producing a very, very good save from the young Wexford keeper. Pat Critchley, who hadn't scored at all this afternoon, made a very incisive and penetrating run right through the heart of the Wexford defence. Young Paul Nolan made a sparkling save, tipping it away and out for a 65.
In the Munster Championship, Limerick had overcome Kerry as expected in the first round, and then they lined themselves up for a clash with Tipperary in the semi-finals at Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Now, clashes between these two sides always keenly contested. Mind you, on this occasion, Tipperary weren't interested in the traditional closeness of Munster Championship hurling.
Kerry hasn't really established dominance over there so far. Meanwhile, Declan Ryan linking up inside with Fox. Looking for support. Desperation stakes for the Limerick defence, and that's brilliantly converted by Fox. The defence was at 6s and 7s, almost caved to grief a moment or two earlier and could have conceded a goal, but Fox finally got himself a score. Bonner getting the better of Jimmy Carroll. That's Taleahy. Stopped by Carey. Donny O'Connell along the ground. Cut out here by Joe O'Connor. In trouble, however. Good recovery by Joe O'Connor. Made his debut against Kerry. That's good skillful play. Jimmy Carroll well blocked down. There's some battle in midfield at the moment. Hagerty to Jimmy Carroll. They're playing it short and tight. Into the open space now towards Shane Fitzgibbon. Tried to round Paul Delaney. Get onto his best side. Good shoulder by Bobby Ryan. Closes down the space. And the interception by John Kennedy. And the fine clearance out over the sideline. But you can see once again how this man here is always available to rescue Tipperary when most needed. Lovely cut towards Pat Mccarthy. Good block down by Sheehy. Out to Ollie O'Connor. And Limerick have got themselves a second point. Both their points coming from play. Ollie O'Connor's first. 4 points to 2. O'Neill. Here's Aidan Ryan, doubling on it delightfully, again aimed towards Pat Fox. Joe O'Connor is going to be busy, but he does well, the youngster. Out to Colin Potter from the middle of the field. That's marvellous striking accuracy. There's been so much to admire about the Tipperary performance in the opening 16 minutes. No wonder the fans are happy. All of Tommy Quaid's puck-outs are landing at that half-back line, and with Bonner going back to augment the half, it's meant total possession for Tip. Able to set up chances here for Donny O'Connell, who will once again try to link up with his corner forward Pat Fox. Fox tormenting the cornerback. Aidan Ryan, the left corner forward, look where he's playing, out around the 40. Inside towards Pow O'Neill. Outside he's got Fox once again, that's where the move all started. Great backup support by Tipperary. Declan Ryan not playing as an ordinary full forward right in front of goal. To Aidan Ryan. Stalemate over there. Joe O'Connor hooped. Comes to Pat O'Neill and he says that's enough of the dithering. This fellow has a really good finish from the county champions cap of white. He's also the team captain. His second point. Well, Tommy Quaid must be wondering what has he to do to get that ball up to the Limerick forwards. Gary Kirby reached magnificently. Second great catch by Gary Kirby. Inside towards Ollie O'Connor. Stopped by Bobby Ryan. Pat Mccarthy. And the follow-up was expert. And McCarthy has got his name on the score sheet. It's now 8 points to 4, so Tipperary leading by double scores. It's taken by Gary Kirby, making a real impression half forward in towards Pat McCarthy. Missed all the league season, but he showed too much of that to another Limerick man playing for Tipperary, Conor O'Donovan. That's a nice catch by John Leahy, now beginning really to show his class and show his skill. Declan Ryan giving in right in a very, very uneasy afternoon. Lovely skill Well, we saw the two youngsters combined. The lad who's straight out of minor and this guy who's out of minor a season. Declan Ryan getting a fine score. That will please the coach, Babs Keating, no end. Eamon Cregan there behind the goal, behind Tommy Quaid's goal, and this is really his big test. Put off the legs of John Kennedy to Jimmy Carroll, buzzing around in midfield still, punch forward by Ollie O'Connor. I'd be asking a bit much of Liam O'Donoghue to win that race with Paul Delaney, but he does well. Remember, he played as a half forward in the 1973 All-Ireland final. Back to Gary Kirby, making an angle for himself, pushing it onto the left-hand side, and over the bar it goes. It's 9 points to 5, and Gary Kirby has now scored 2 of those Limerick points. Richie Stakelham, that flag is the 65-metre line. Thirsty business being a coach. Once again, good, resolute play. Pat Fox. The defence had come out quickly, leaving the goalkeeper Tommy Quaid somewhat exposed, but he's an old hand at that. Ollie O'Connor trying to chip it forward for Ger Haggerty, now operating with a bit more confidence and determination. Look at this for a mazy solo run by Ger Haggerty. Went around John Kennedy, being a little bit too ambitious, and the Tipperary fella says, well, what's happening here? They regroup quickly. Snatch defence into attack. Pat Fox blotted down by Brian Finn, playing his heart out at centre half back. Fox a second back down by Brian Finn. Finn playing remarkably tight. It comes out to Declan Ryan. Again, this space as the Limerick players in their eagerness tend to overcommit themselves and hunt in packs of 2s and 3s, leaving a tip man free. Bobby Ryan in towards Ger O'Neill. Comes out to Fox. Once again, a good timely challenge by Clark Kramer, putting Fox off his concentration, and it ends up going wide. Frank Murphy there, standing up in the background, the Cork County Board Secretary in Cork, of course, very interested in the outcome of this match. They play Clare in the other semi-final. That's in 2 weeks' time. Declan Ryan, meanwhile. Well defended by Leonard Enright. It's very hard and determined. No quarter asked and none, absolutely none expected when these two sides meet. Gary Kirby trying to get onto the left-hand side. A good half block down by John Kennedy, taking the sting out of it. Richie Stakelham on the 45-metre line. Donny Barry left it behind. Pa O'Neill steadied. In towards Pat Fox. Tried to connect, well saved by Tommy Quaid, but he's put it straight out to Jeremy, and the goal is exposed. He puts it high, and he's put it wide. There was a goal there, I think, had Tipperary been a little bit cooler in their approach. So Joe Hayes, taking it from his right side this time, gets it as far as Pa O'Neill, tightly marked. Tipcombe looking for the opening goal of the game to give them a bit of breathing space. They're content with the point. A very well struck point by Pat Fox. Denied any kind of space, but he doesn't need too much. He's got instinctive pace and great scoring talent. So Tommy Quaid has come from his goal. He's come a good 30 metres from his goal to take this free for Limerick. Limerick badly needing a goal. 11 minutes remaining. John Kennedy again. Good covering. Always seems to be in right place at the right time. Inside Joe O'Connor, the left corner back, turned well on his left to link up here with Mike Reel. Half-hit shot, however, easily taken by Colin Potter, despite the attentions over there of Gary Kirby, but Kirby gets in the more decisive stroke. Aidan Ryan trying to fish for some action over on that far side, beaten by Donny Barry, intended to link up over there with Michael Hurling. It's got up by Bobby Ryan. Down it goes against to the forwards, down towards Pat Fox, didn't connect at all. Runs through to the goalkeeper Tommy Quaid, showing good ground hurling style. Once again, Tipperary trying to draw out the backs and try to create a little space inside. This is Fox, edge of the large square, and he is uncannily accurate as always. Pat Fox giving a virtuoso performance in the second half. He's got 7 of Tipperary's 14 points. No doubt who's the happier manager at this stage. The man on the right, Gary Kirby, the free taker, 45 minutes out now. Absolutely, definitely going for a goal this time. Liam O'Donoghue trying to latch onto it, but beaten for it by Paul Delaney. Lost the stick in the process, but it's a Limerick line ball. Very tidy player, operating this afternoon in a relatively new role for him, left corner back. He's done well. Gary Kirby. Beautifully cut up, and he's put it over the bar from the sideline. Gary Kirby is Limerick's leading scorer. That's his 4th point. Nicky English has not been used in this match. He hasn't been needed, in fairness, because Tipperary have certainly applied themselves to the task magnificently, and I've no doubt he'll be held well in reserve for the final. Tipperary, they've missed a lot of chances in the second half. They've given Limerick a chance, which will cause concern to the Tipperary management. As the manager paces up and down the sideline, waiting for that final whistle.
Don't be wide on this post.
John Kennedy, 14 points to 8 at the moment. It's 15 points to 8. Somehow or other, John Kennedy usually manages to get his name on the score sheet, even for just 1 point.
In Leinster, we'd reached the semi-finals by June the 19th. Dublin met Offaly in the first match at Croke Park that day, and they got off to a dream start.
So it's Offaly then playing from left to right in the first half, and I suppose anything other than an Offaly win would be a very big surprise here. Remember, it's 24 years since Dublin last reached the Leinster final. Here they are into an early attack. Brian McMahon there battling with Delaney, picked up by Ronan O'Doherty. Half hooped by Brendan Keeshan, runs loose to Joey Morris into Brian McMahon. Oh, that's a start! A goal by Brian McMahon after 23 seconds. Joey Morris playing that hand pass inside, and you can see the fullback was backpedaling, and that was a great finish. He got a goal in the quarter-final as well, remember? That's Michael Dygan. To set Mark Corrigan up. Desi Byrne. McMahon, a very, very busy operator at full forward, as we saw in the match against Westmeath. Ronan O'Doherty again. Ambitious effort, off Jim Troy and over the bar. So, Dublin with a goal and a point. We've only played a minute and a half. Toomey again going high, John Tracy. This is Canis Hennebury, most experienced player on the Dublin team. To John Tracy. Playing it short, that's Murphy. The corner forwards are drifting away and leaving space for Brian McMahon to exploit. Trying to set up Sean McDermott again. Oh, that's a lovely skill. From 4 attacks, they've produced 3 scores. Lovely turn by Ger Coughlin. And they work themselves out of trouble. PJ Martin launching the counter-attack. Stopped by the goalkeeper with the forwards coming in on top of him. That's a very good save by Pat Delaney, playing in his first championship season, and the crowd responds to that fine save. Offaly then needing a couple of scores quickly, but they're not going to get them lightly against this Dublin team, hungry for success and for victory. It'll be up to Dublin now to maintain their advantage to half-time. And then I'm sure Jimmy Bogan will try to instill a little bit of extra self-belief in this team for the second half. Murphy. 10 minutes to go then, this 35-minute half. Shawnee McDermott, he's made a big difference. Towards Joey Morris, good catch, good turn as well. He got a very nice long range point against Westmeath. That was a little bit nearer, but the turn was expert, and a grand finish. Pat Delaney. Joe Coughlin trying to get to that ball first. Joachim Kelly is now back on the half-back line, having started in the half-forward line and having had a spell in midfield. This is Pat Cleary running through the defence. There's a scoring chance here. The pass outside. Oh, that's a great goal! A great goal for Offaly by Joe Dooley. It was this fine run forward by Pat Cleary. He's really coming into the match at the start of the second half. The layoff was perfect, and watch as Dooley took it in his stride and lashed it way into the far corner. Shawnee McDermott forward towards Joey Morris, beaten through by Martin Hannamy. He gets the second attempt. Again, this support play in the middle. This time it's John Toomey, half blocked down. by Martin Hannamy, who's really playing his heart out as always at left corner back for Offaly. Vincent Tehan here, Offaly substitute at the start of the second half. Tehan once again looks so like Paddy Corrigan. Cross it goes, and Declan Fogarty with a second Offaly goal. 9 minutes gone in the second half. So 6 minutes after they got the first, it was Tehan who set off down that wing around Jim Ling. A nice pass inside, and look at the slack marking. Nobody at all on Fogarty. It was really a gift. So now is there a Dublin response? Vinnie Murphy is on, as you see here, the number 21, the Dublin footballer come hurler, into Brian McMahon. If they give him a little bit more of the ball, perhaps they can set up chances. He's fouled on the 20-metre line by Brendan Keeshan, and a free in. John Toomey, the free taker. Oh, he's got for a goal! He's got it! It's sneaked in and through the net. It's another Dublin goal, a second one for John Toomey. Well, that was a rather clever little one. The Offaly defence, the supporters, and yours truly was expecting him to tap it over the bar. He had other ideas. It went into the left-hand side, and you may see it just sneak through the net. So Dublin leading in points by 15 to 13. But it's Offaly who raid. Mark Corrigan here. So hard to put down a good Offaly team. Eugene Coughlin, Declan Fogarty. How did they miss the goal there? There were two attackers ranging in on top of Pat Delaney, and the goalkeeper saved it. Jim Ling under it, drops it down to Mark Corrigan, Eugene Coughlin, and saved again by the goalkeeper. Pat Delaney is having a memorable afternoon in the Dublin goal, playing down there in his first championship match in Croke Park at senior level. Eugene Coughlin towards Vincent Tehan, and another hurley has been lost, this time the hurley of John Tracy. He was fouling his immediate opponent, Mark Corrigan. Mark trying to indict one of the other players as well, Derek Finn. Mark Corrigan's fifth point means it's Dublin to 10, Offaly to 10, and there are 9 minutes to go. Vinnie Murphy across to the far side towards Shawnee McDermott. It runs loose towards Brian McMahon. Couldn't quite get it up first time. Maybe he'll get it the second. Here he is. He's got a loose player away to his right if he decides to play it. Not this player here, Ronald O'Doherty, but wide still again was MJ Ryan. But the move breaks down in any case. Started once again by Brian McMahon. This is an impressive move forward. Dublin looking for a score. Oh, brilliantly denied by PJ Martin. That was a real interception and a half. Down towards Vincent Tehan. Tehan once again bursting forward towards Eugene Coughlin. What a finish we're getting to this contest. They all converge down there, and Pat Delaney's goal, and somehow it still makes. Will they rock it, I wonder? Ball runs loose towards John Tracy, now playing at fullback. Trying to seal some gaps that have been all too apparent in the second half. A pass from Eugene Coughlin to Mark Corrigan. Has a point written on it, and Mark Corrigan has scored his 6th point in the afternoon. So often in the past he's been their match winner. Under 2 minutes to go. So Offaly take that 1 point lead. Looking for a couple more now from Michael Duignan, who's come back in. Oh, that's a smashing point from Duignan. A player who was replaced during the second half and now has come back in.
Well, a great fight back by Offaly, but Dublin fans will wonder for many a long day how they managed to let that game slip through their grasp. And the second semi-final at Croke Park that day was a much more clear-cut affair. Now, for their game against the champions Kilkenny, Wexford had brought back the veteran forward Martin Quigley to the side. Would the tactic work? Well, it certainly did.
George O'Connor again dominates at centre-back, takes it with the left hand, strikes it away on the right-hand side, up towards Martin Quigley, who set up Wexford's first point. Here he is again. Very intelligent player, Martin Quigley. From way out the field, he doesn't get too many scores, but that will do his confidence no end of good. Huge roar of approval from the Wexford followers, who were surprised by his inclusion. That's a nice catch by Mick Clear. who's a Garda based in New Ross in County Wexford. That's Paul Bridges, who spent most of the quarter-final match out around midfield marking Pat Critchley. James O'Connor adding to it up towards Jimmy Houlihan, who's moving away from the full forward position. Ger Henderson hasn't followed so far. Seamus Fitzhenry will try to get it onto the left-hand side. Towards Eamon Sinnott inside, touchdown for Tom Dempsey. Oh, saved! That's scooped away by the goalkeeper Kevin Fennelly. Brilliant save. Sean Fennelly out to the middle towards Richie Power. John O'Connell right half back, pressing forward for Sinnott again. 20 metres out from goal, it goes into Houlihan. Another shot, a goal! 7 minutes gone. And it was the goalkeeper who denied Eamon Sinnott a moment ago. But this time there was a gap and Houlihan exploited. John O'Connor standing defiantly at right half back. James O'Connor up towards Jimmy Houlihan. It runs through towards Dempsey. Is there a second goal on? And another great save by Kevin Fennelly. That's about 3 marvellous saves he's made. But he's in trouble again with Houlihan. Player inside. And there's another goal. Tom Dempsey. 2 minutes after the first one, the Kilkenny defence is in trouble again. Ger Henderson, the player who left it behind completely, to Jimmy Houlihan. And watch for Tom Dempsey. He was outside the small square when he received the pass. The goalkeeper was nowhere, and it was an easy tap in. A wild pull down there, and that's going to be a free against Kilkenny, and the referee speaking to Lester Ryan as George O'Connor was on the ground that time. A dangerous pull across the arm. Here's his younger brother John. Hasn't scored so far. This is from 65 metres out. And again it comes off the chest this time of Kevin Fennelly. Not making a clean catch. Seamus Fitzhenry to keep the momentum going in and around that Kilkenny goalmouth. Tom Dempsey here. Eamon Sinnott's beside him. He drills it inside, however. And it's a goal! Yet another goal for Kilkenny, and it's Martin Quigley. A third Kilkenny goal, and the man they recalled from retirement scored it with 21 minutes gone in the first half, following this chip inside from Tom Dempsey. What a good catch that was by Martin Quigley, and he dispatched it beyond Fennelly. This is John Conran. The break's going Wexford's way at the moment. After a big build-up to last year's clash against Kilkenny, Wexford have been a bit more restrained this year. The expectations not quite as high. John O'Connor in his second championship season. He's free inside his own 65-metre line. Looks good. Batted out. And once again another goal! And it's Martin Quigley again! Oh, I don't believe this! 25 minutes gone, and it's all goals. The goalkeeper couldn't hold it, and watch for the positioning of Martin Quigley. There he is, edge of the parallelogram, and another hand pass goal. So now, an intriguing second half. Here's Lennon, fouled straight away by Pat Kenny. The referee having a little word there with one of his umpires, who is in fact Jerry Kirwan's brother. And something going on behind the scenes. There's no goalkeeper. The match started, the second half started without a goalkeeper. Paul Nolan was left behind in the dressing rooms. Has that ever happened before? Kilkenny badly needing a goal or two. Houlihan and Kevin Fennelly there exchanging words and glances. Kilkenny without a second to spare at this stage. Here's Ray Heffernan. Oh, it's gone off the stick of Paul Nolan, who was alert and made a fine reaction save. So there are 8 points between the teams now, as Ray Heffernan picked up that loose ball, got there ahead of Jimmy Furlong, and a fine save. Over for a point. Joe Fennelly out into open space it comes to John Carr. towards Harry Ryan. Eamon Cleary lets it behind. There's a chase on with Ray Heffernan, and the goalkeeper saves it. He tried to put it out for a 65. It hit somebody else and came back into play, and here he is again with John O'Connor. An incredible save by Paul Nolan. They now have a 9 points lead, and surely to goodness there's no way they're going to surrender that. McClear is held, fouled once or twice. The referee says enough of the nastiness. McClear, the free taker for Kilkenny. They look for a late goal. John Mulcahy, and it's gone in. It may have been John Power who got the final touch. Paul Nolan finally beaten, but with only 2 minutes to go. It may be too little, too late. Watch it again from that McClear free. They were going in there strongly. Mulcahy had the first attempt, and it was John Power, yes, who put it away to the corner. Lester Ryan trying to set up yet another late attack for Kilkenny towards John Mulcahy. John O'Connor there too, along with Paul Bridges, and it's gone for a 65. McClear with a 65, well into injury time now. Out it comes to Tom Lennon, can't get a clean stroke at it, however. Second a chance, stopped by Paul Bridges. A real scramble, and it's another goal. Lester Ryan, I think, may be the one who got it. That was nearly 3 minutes into injury time. Watch it once again. It's put a better complexion on the scoreline, but that's all it's done. And there it is, as Lester Ryan hammers that one into the back of the net. The referee blows the whistle, and it's Wexford's day of triumph. Salute.
And so then it was Wexford into their first provincial decider since 1984, and Kilkenny sent home to rethink the county's hurling future. Well, after that win, there were great hopes in Wexford that their long wait for the provincial title might be at an end. However, in the final against Offaly, they found the going a lot tougher.
Oh, it's a very poor clearance, half hit by Paul Nolan, only as far as Eugene Coughlin. Drilling it inside. It's Dooley. Oh, it's a great goal. Joe Dooley, the scorer, with 5 minutes gone. And it all came from that error by the goalkeeper. He topped his puck out, never struck it properly. Eugene Coughlin, calling on his experience, deciding to drill it into the effective area. The slack marking, no marking at all, and Dooley simply lashed it home. Breeze holding up that ball somewhat. It really is worth 2 or 3 points to the attacking team. Pat Delaney down into space. Joe Dooley, the goal scorer, slinging it across towards Pat Cleary. There's a man loose inside. Eugene Coughlin, if he can thread it forward to him. Coughlin here having to go across. And the attack breaks down, and Vincentine, however, stepping up the loose ball, and over the bar it goes. And this Offaly attack playing really well in the opening stages of this Leinster final. George O'Connor can't hold it, but follows up with hook by Pat Delaney. George again towards Martin Quigley. Good catch by Martin Quigley. He's loose. A scoring chance stopped by Troy. Jim Troy makes a good save. Pat Kenny getting there first ahead of the other Pat Cleary. Out it comes towards Billy Byrne in the middle of the field. Tom Dempsey here. A game which has really yet to come to life. Good run by Dempsey. But then running into a cul-de-sac. It's away by Mick Coughlin towards Pat Cleary's corner. Jimmy Furlong. Billy Byrne here. The pick-up here is nice by James O'Connor. The shot is over the bar. Wexford's 6th point, the first to come off the stick of James O'Connor. George O'Connor trying to catch that one. The support here from Seamus Fitzhenry, who's operating more in the middle of the field than on the wing. What a good burst forward this is. Player outside is Tom Dempsey, if he can slot it over the bar. Going inside instead to Jimmy Houlihan, and there's a goal! And the sides are level! the first half. Celebration time for the Wexford fans. A goal carved by Seamus Fitzhenry with that layoff by Tom Dempsey. Another player might have gone for a point from that angle. Instead, he worked it inside, picked out Jimmy Houlihan, and he rifled it into the back of the net. So the sides are level. It's Houlihan again, inside towards Dempsey, stopped by Martin Hannamy. Dempsey persistent nonetheless. Eamon Sinnott across the face of the goal, or trying to do so. It comes off Ger Coughlin, and it's gone for a 65. John O'Connor, the taker of this 65. Perfect accuracy, and Wexford are back in front for the first time since about the second minute of the game. Jim Troy is again trying to pick out his centre forward, but this is Vincent Tehan sneaking inside. There's a chance here for Offaly, if he can lay it off quickly, and it's a penalty. Vincent Tehan is grounded inside the large rectangle, and a penalty for Offaly. 3 on the goal line then, and it's Mark Corrigan shaping up to take it. He scored a goal the last time they met. He scored another one this time. Offaly lead by a point again. There were 32.5 minutes gone in the first half when Vincent Tehan started racing inside, pursued by Jimmy Furlong. He got into the large rectangle and down he went. Back with the action, it's Mark Corrigan again. Little chip shot, blocked down. Comes out to Pat Delaney, comes out now to Danny Owens. Owens again, the midfield player, unable to get a clean shot in. That's Seamus Fitzhenry leaving it behind to Pat Delaney, who is very persistent at centre forward. George O'Connor, his marker, getting it to the middle of the field to the waiting Michael Dignan of Offaly. Drops low, dangerously so, and it's another goal! Joe Dooley gets a second goal. Offaly's third, Joe Dooley's second. So 2 goals in the space of a minute. One from a penalty, the other set up by Michael Dignan following that slap clearance. Watch as the goalkeeper fumbled, and once again it was Dooley in to snap up the half chance. George O'Connor under the dropping ball, so too Joe Dooley, however, waiting for the pieces to come out his way. That's towards Pat Cleary's corner against Pat Kenny, and it's Cleary stealing in on goal. The layoff to Eugene Coughlin, stopped by the goalkeeper. Paul Nolan making amends. Out it comes to Vincent Tehan. Ooh, that was meant to be across the face of the goal, and it's gone out for a sideline ball. Well, Paul Nolan saw that very, very late indeed after a nightmare first half. Jimmy Houlihan into the centre. Oh, it's wide. A very near thing indeed. Offaly now, I'm sure, beginning to entertain dreams of a 5th Leinster title in 9 years. What a record. Jimmy Houlihan kept it in play to Eamon Sinnott. Very near the goal, it's another penalty. A second penalty down at that end. This one is to Wexford. So, Jimmy Houlihan waits because it's going to be John O'Connor who will take the penalty. Remember the one he scored against Laois at a vital time also in the quarter-final? Remember also, Wexford missed a penalty against Offaly in the league semi-final. It's saved again! It's saved again by Aidan Fogarty. Oh, what a let-off. Offaly still leading by 4 points in the Leinster final. A dramatic moment. So if Wexford are going to win this one, they're going to have to come late. 9 minutes remaining. Seamus Fitzhenry's run round that right wing, pursued by Michael Dignan. It's a good run. Jim Troy stops, and it's batted away by John Miller, and it does go out over the end line. 4 points, remember, between the teams. Offaly the leaders. Eugene Coughlin is beaten by George O'Connor, and rising like a colossus, he drives that one from the middle of the field over the bar and cuts back the deficit now to just 3 points. Well, that's an inspiring point from a player of great poise. Wexford, I'm sure, now are rueing a few defensive misses and that penalty miss. 3-1 they chase for this one, and the three men get there first. Pat Kenny clearing it. Aidan Fogarty lets it behind to Eamon Sinnott. James O'Connor on the burst. Mccarthy trying to close it down, so James O'Connor turns inside, and that's touched on by Tom Dempsey, and it agonisingly goes wide of that post. Wexford have dominated so much in this second half, but here again it's Offaly. Great counter-attackers. Eugene Coughlin, that's into space, and that's John Conran covering off the space. Not such a good clearance, comes out towards Billy Byrne. Out here to Pat O'Connor, the substitute. And he takes his point well. Somewhat against the run of play. Pat O'Connor gets another score for Offaly.
And so it was Offaly's title, and they were also into the All-Ireland semi-finals. The Munster final a week later was another Tip Cork confrontation, bringing back memories of those classic games from 1987. Well, this final was no classic. However, there were some heart-stopping moments as Cork clawed back a 12-point deficit in the second half.
Ryan bats it down to the waiting Colin Potter. Jim Cashman operating effectively, left half back. Mickey Mullins, low pick up. Teddy Mccarthy was calling for it inside towards Tony O'Sullivan. The McPearshig clubmen combine. The little chip shot, and Cork are in front for the first time. Tom Cashman stumbles. Pat Fox trying to advance. Richard Brown there in the thick of that. And it's Declan Ryan who picks it up, runs it to Pat Hartnett. Released outside to Aidan Ryan. Is there an equalising score here? The answer is yes. He's got both of Tipperary's scores. How good it is that of the 4 points scored so far, 3 have come from play. Good catch by Teddy McCarthy. Nice turn as well. Taking Paul Delaney out of it, inside towards the tall full forward. Fitzgerald beaten, well blocked by Sheehy. It comes to Bonner. Nice combined play from Tipperary. Oh, a lovely catch from English. That's superb skill. He's grounded, and that's a free in. What a magnificent leap. Getting way up there ahead of a colleague of his at UCC in the good old days, Richard Brown. English the taker, and the scorer, and it's 3 points to 2. Taken comfortably by Bonner. Tipperary trying to establish a foothold at midfield. Drilling it forward. English here, trying to combine with Fox, but the slack pass cut away by Dennis Welch to midfield. Interesting that Tipperary once again this afternoon operating with only 2 players in the full forward division, English and Fox. Bobby Ryan, that's a smashing shoulder against Tony O'Sullivan to Conor O'Donovan. Great Munster Championship action, which the fans have paid good money to come and see. Paul O'Connor, that's again Colin Potter, giving plenty of ammunition to the forwards, and a lovely, delightful pick-up by English. Ran out of space, it was touched away by Brown. It's another 65, and he's again in some injury trouble. Down he's gone once again. And Cork aren't all that terribly well served in the substitutes list for full-backs. So he would be a very big loss, and Dennis Welch seems to be signalling there that it's time to bring in a fresh player. Good length into it. Back, however, by John Kennedy. Aidan Ryan foraging with Mickey Mullins of Cork. Across towards Tony O'Sullivan's wing it comes once more. About 7 out of 8 attacks have come down that side of the field so far. Hogan, one-handed forward, inside towards Kevin Hennessy, looking to lay off the pass inside to Paul O'Connor. Stopped by the goalkeeper. Fitzgerald had a chance. Defenders lying down on it. Referee will go in. And the referee has whistled up the play, but how did that one remain outside? But Hogan touched it forward. There was Hennessy's pass. Watch for the goalkeeper making a good save from Paul O'Connor. Point blank range, and two Cork men there, and it was Sheehy who denied them. Absolute dominance enjoyed at the moment by Tipperary. If they could get a goal at all, they might well wipe out the Cork challenge completely. Joe Hayes from way out, centre of the field. Oh, that's a smashing score. They go shoulder to shoulder in the middle, but what about the score from Hayes? The battle continues in that Cork half-back line. Christy Connery out. Mullins has certainly switched positions. He's out back there on the half-back line at the moment. That's beautifully inside towards Declan Ryan. With 3.5 minutes to go to half-time. It was very good placing. The defenders sucked away, leaving Ryan unmarked. Control was rather awkward in the bumpy conditions, and he just got the stick to put it past Ger Cunningham. Certain amount of the cut and thrust has gone out of this for the moment. Cork needing some scores to boost their chances. Teddy McCarthy getting it onto his favourite right-hand side. Is that the start of the comeback? Cork aided by the breeze, and the Cork fans beginning to think that if they can get behind their team, they may yet snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Teddy McCarthy, but outnumbered, comes to Declan Ryan. In towards the two-man attack, Fox and English, taken by Dennis Welsh. The layoff to Christy Connery, who was chosen for the match against Clare but couldn't play because of injury. Hogan again, doubling on it neatly. In towards Ger Fitzgerald, there with Sheehy. Runs on towards Tony O'Sullivan, looking for another point, and Cork get another score. Tony O'Sullivan has now got 4 points playing against Conor O'Donovan. He's Cork's most successful forward. And Cork's supporters with all kinds of colourful flags, beginning to think that this mightn't yet be over. There's a huge leap in the air by Teddy McCarthy, a smashing catch. The layoff outside to Kevin Hennessy. Dodging neatly inside, good sidestep against Paul Delaney. Comes once again to Pat Hogan, but he's hooked neatly by John Kennedy. Out to the wing it comes. There's a bit more anxiety on the Tipperary bench, having things all their own way in the first half. Paul O'Connor, the taker, beautifully cut up, and it's over the bar again. Oh, what a recovery this would be. Behind by 11 points at half-time, remember. Conor O'Donovan half hit it away, a fresh air puck really. It comes out as far as Tony O'Sullivan, in towards Hennessy, couldn't hold on to it. Away to the wing to Leahy of Tipperary. Pressurised, however, by Paul O'Connor of Cork. And a sideline ball. Paul O'Connor has been given instructions by Charlie McCarthy, the team coach. It's another lovely cut up, and he's got another point in similar fashion. And now it's 114 to 10 points. A goal and 4 between them, 7 points the margin. And Tipper now having it put up to them. This will test the real character and mettle of the Munster champions. Dennis Mulcahy, Paul Delaney, delaying a little bit. Tomas Mulcahy gaining in confidence. That's to Ger Fitzgerald, getting nothing lightly, knowing where the post is. It's a 6-point game. Fitzgerald's first point of the afternoon, and look at this man's face now. Tom Cashman trying to dominate at centre half back, and there's a late foul on Cashman. Getting a little bit heated this Munster final. match which has been played in a very good spirit so far, but there's the first booking now for the Kilkenny man, Donny O'Connell. Cashman striking the free. It's a mighty one too. Well on its way, it's a goal! A goal by Tom Cashman. 3 points now separating these sides. Oh, what a mighty free that was by Cashman. I wondered did anybody touch it. It went hanging in there into that large parallelogram with 14 minutes of the second half gone. Nobody touched it, I think it went in. Tip, who looked so good, so classy in the first half. Their confidence has been rocked so far in the second. But you get nothing lightly from a Cork team in a Munster final, that much they know. Jim Cashman now up around the left half forward position, forward towards Pat Hogan. Ger Fitzgerald, Hogan again. Fitzgerald. And it's gone out over the end line. Once again Tipperary live awfully dangerously. John Leahy is now midfield for Tipperary. Nicky English left half forward, Cormac Bonner full forward, and meanwhile Cork get themselves another score from Tony O'Sullivan, his fifth from play. So now the margin is just 2 points. Paul Delaney in towards Cormac Bonner now at full forward. It's a goal! A goal for Tipperary at a vital time to restore their confidence. Knockout's been taken quickly. Cormac Bonner, I think, was the one who got the final touch to the goal. It's exactly what Tip require. Mullins pressurised all the way. Declan Ryan, good marking by Ryan. This is a splendid young player. He's only 20 years of age. Keeping the momentum going. The attack now has sucked the backs out around the half-back line. And it's Declan Ryan once again picking that one up. And look at this sensible way he lays it off for English. Holds off the challenge. The referee allowed an advantage as English was fouled. And it's a point. Nicholas English's first point from play, his 8th in all.
So Tip had steadied themselves to retain their Munster title. But perhaps there was enough in that game to make Antrim feel that the mighty Tip were not invincible after all. Now, they came face to face in the All-Ireland semi-finals on August the 7th. Now, if this was a boxing match, it would be disallowed as a mismatch. But Antrim proved that they had a few telling punches in their repertoire.
And Jim Denton, I think, is ready. And so, John Denton, the referee from Wexford, starting. And it's Antrim into an early tackle to McFetridge, trying to connect. That's Alcan McFetridge there, known to his pals as Clute, and he's marked this afternoon by Conor O'Donovan. Down by Dominic McKinley. Through it comes towards Pat O'Neill, trickling through to Nicholas English. Can English now apply some finish here? Tackled in there. And it goes out over the end line for a 65. The tackle coming in there by Declan McKillop. English is injured. Marking was slack. English had a yard, and watch for the left corner back coming in late, tackling decisively, and it trickles out over the end line. Under the dropping ball, Terence McDalton. Paul McKillen there with Donald Armstrong. It breaks in, however, to Joe Hayes through the centre towards Nicholas English, who's good at drifting away from his marker. Inside in the square. Oh, it comes out of the goalkeeper, and the referee's whistle sounds. It's a penalty. A penalty for Tipperary for holding the Tipperary sharpshooter. Watch it once again. The referee's whistle sounded as Terence Donnelly was there holding the full forward. Although in the replay it didn't seem quite like that. And it's going to be Pat Fox who will take the penalty. This year in the Championship, English has taken most of the frees. Tip a point behind early in the game. It's gone in. It went in somehow, despite the best efforts of the cornerback, and Fox has gold. Tipperary's reply within 2 minutes then, and they take the lead. Once again, watch it as he opened up the shoulders. Seemed to be half stopped as it was going in, but it trickled over the line. back with the action. Fergus McAllister trying to go through, breaks out to Donald Armstrong, half blocked down by Joe Hayes. Out again to Brian Donnelly towards McAllister, picked up here by John Kennedy. Whipped away downfield towards Nicky English. The back's not standing on ceremony, getting it out first time to Terence McNaughton, left half back. Up it goes towards the other McNaughton. It's a goal by Olcan McFetridge. An Antrim goal, what a response inside a minute. Olcan McFetridge is the scorer. Oh, that's the reply they so badly needed. Watch it one more time as Terence McNaughton drove it in high, deep into the heart of the Tipperary goal area. They all went up for it and it broke down to Olcan McFetridge and bang, goal. Back at the other end, that's English taking a shot from an acute angle and it's gone over the bar. Fergus Barr meanwhile, Declan Phillip. It's come down, Danny McAllister, it's another goal! Another goal! Put away emphatically by Fergus McAllister. A second Antrim goal. Well, there were question marks about this Tipperary full-back line before, following their Munster campaign. But that ball played in there by Paul McKillen. And when it came back, it was finished off fairly decisively by Fergus McAllister. There was no stopping it when it came out to him, and he whipped it away. Pat O'Neill gets a nudge and a push. Ball was somehow kept in play towards Pat Fox. Declan McKillop is dispossessed. It runs on to Nicky English from Pat Fox. Can he finish? Oh, he can! That's a smashing goal. Well, that's his trademark, surely. Great finishing, and Tip lead by a goal again. 21 and a half minutes gone, and the old firm of Fox and English again. Two defenders taken to try and dispossess Fox, leaving English unmarked. He knew where the back of the goal was, and he picked it out. Caldwell. Armstrong crossed the face of the goal. Laverty attempts to keep it in play. Challenged by John Heffernan. And there's a shot. Oh, and a good save as well. A great save by Ken Hogan. I think it came off Ken Hogan's stick. Well, that was a really fine save, and Tip wake up once again and realise that Antrim cannot be taken lightly. Pat Fox, challenged by Terence McNaughton, trying to get it inside onto his left-hand side, and he's goaled. Tipperary's third goal, Fox's second. So that's 2 goals for Pat Fox, 1 from a penalty, and now the second one, 22 minutes into the second half. Rounding Terence McNaughton and in beyond Patterson. Back live with the action. Hayes, half hit, reaches Donny O'Connell from John Leahy across to the other wing forward, Declan Ryan. Chips it back to John Kennedy, advancing, elegant, outside to Pat Fox. First time inside, trickles through to Niall Patterson. He's closed down quickly and Leahy lashed it, but outside and wide.
Tipperary were into their first All-Ireland final since 1971 and now just 1 game away from making the dreams of their loyal supporters come true. The second semi-final was between the All-Ireland champions Galway and Offaly. Now, the background to this match was Galway's very poor record against Offaly in major championship matches. So they knew that they would have to be at their very best to see off the challenge.
McCaughlin lets it drop over his head. Here's Cunningham, dangerously inside. Oh, how did that one stay out of the goal? Somehow it comes out to Ian O'Ryan, released towards Martin, knocked in on the right hand side, in towards Noel Lane. Galway searching, scoring. Persistent power and pressure from the Galway forward line produces the opening score. This is low inside and it's taken by Jerry McInerney wearing the white boots. Not too sure if they're studs or not. Ollie Kilkenny is hooped, having difficulty getting it away out of the danger area. Eugene Coughlin was bustling, he was persistent, and the persistence pays off because it's drawn a foul and a free. So here's Corrigan. Should be 2 points to 1 after this shot. Oh, he's gone for the top corner of the goal! Speculatively so, and Offaly have a goal. 5 minutes gone. Oh, we were all expecting a tap over. Sometimes you wonder, do players actually intend to do that, or did it rather fortunately go in? Well, he spotted a complete gap. You can see the gap, and that's a great shot. I think we're going to have quite a championship match, as we always do when Offaly and Galway are involved. McGrath towards Éanna Ryan. He had a splendid semi-final last year, scored a goal in 4 points, trying to round John Miller. Inside, intended for Joe Cooney, kept away from him by Mick Coughlin. Upfield towards Vincent Tian, down by Peter Finnerty. It's all action. McGrath picked up by Cunningham with difficulty. Back to Martin Naughton. That looks to be on its way. It is. Sails up into the empty slopes of Hill 16 by Martin Naughton. And that's Galway's second point. Galway looking the more dangerous side already when they are in the attack. That's a very good one. Searching in towards Noel Lane. Drops it on this occasion on towards Michael McGrath. The Offaly backs group well, and that's Martin Hannamy chipping it away, but a bad one. It comes straight out to Anthony Cunningham. Trying to get it inside to Lane. Shot blocked, and it's a goal by Éanna Ryan. Galway take the lead. Éanna Ryan, the scorer. 11 minutes gone. The second goal of the game follows a very good save once again by Jim Troy. That one came out nicely to Anthony Cunningham. Watch the good run. Pat O'Connor has been tested well on that left-hand side. The shot by Noel Lane produced a fine save, but great positioning by Éanna Ryan. A real opportunist goal. But Offaly have that defiant nature, great character and spirit as well. So hard to put down. Pat Malone, not such a good ground stroke. It comes straight out to Joachim Kelly. Hand passes it to his partner, Michael Dignan. Knew where the target was and picked it out. It's a nice point. So a point separating the sides. Galway the leaders. Vincent Tian looking for her score, and he levels it up. That was a well-taken point. Got well away from his marker, Peter Finnerty. Will have to be a good deal tighter against this fellow. Delaney, can he get some change out of Tony Keady? Send some ball into the forwards. Not if Jerry McInerney has his way. Towards Michael McGrath. Remember, playing top on the right. Anthony Cunningham playing right half forward. Marked by Pat O'Connor. He has the beatings of the left half back at the moment. And Galway are in front again. Brilliant individual skill. He has lightning pace, Anthony Cunningham, the man who captained Galway to their first and only minor victory in 1983. Just 23 years of age. When you think about all the players in Galway who never won All-Ireland medals, he has a minor, under 21, despite the jersey being pulled. He also has a senior. Pat O'Connor there, not at the races on this particular occasion. He's a great forward, Anthony Cunningham. Did well last year as well, and a good shot. Mick Coughlin overreaches himself. It comes down to Martin Naughton, trying to go through the Offaly defence, looking porous at the moment, this Offaly defence. Hand passing it, and wisely so, to put Galway back in front again. That's 2 points he's scored. Pat Malone is under the dropping ball, so too Brendan Linsky. Joe Cooney is drifted into the middle also. Brendan Keeshan whips it back, and that's the kind of ball the forwards up there like. Offaly with their two converted defenders into attackers would like the ball dropping in around the square. There was a tap on the back of the head there of Ollie Kilkenny by Eugene Coughlin. It comes out towards Pat Cleary. Cleary, who hasn't scored in 4 championship matches now. Breaks down to Sylvie Linane, takes the sting out of that and directs it back downfield. McGrath's the recipient. Towards Noel Lane. That's the kind of ball they like, the kind of ball that they can run onto with plenty of open space and a great deal of pace in this Galway forward line. John Miller catching cleanly but misdirecting his clearance out to McGrath, who makes Offaly pay, and Michael McGrath has got his name on the score sheet, and now each of the 6 forwards have scored. Comes here to Pat Cleary, blocked down by Ollie Kilkenny. Cleary persists. Vincent Tian is there too, Out to Mark Corrigan it comes, turning onto his left-hand side. Galway still holding that one-point advantage, and it's Tony Keady who's got the ball. He's got players to aim it on both sides. It comes to Eanna Ryan, who is industriously coming away from the top of the left position, but that half-struck shot comes to John Miller at the Offaly's right corner back, in towards Pat Delaney, breaks the ball down, but over towards Georgie Lahey, standing there over there. Galway thought that was going to be their ball, but the referee signals it's an Offaly sideline cut. Michael Duignan the taker, and it comes to Pat Cleary, half blocked down, but it comes to Mark Corrigan. Oh dear, the ball just didn't break kindly for him. It skidded along the ground, and he was nearly in for goal number 2 of the afternoon. Coughlin battling with Joe Cooney. It comes down to Anthony Cunningham. He's hooped brilliantly by Pat O'Connor, now finding his confidence, I'm sure, after a rather nervous start. Joachim Kelly beaten for it by the other number 9, Pat Malone. It comes to Martin Naughton, half blocked down. It reaches the arms of Eanna Ryan, swings in towards Noel Lane. Is he looking for another goal? I'm sure he is, and he's got it too. Galway's second goal is scored by Noel Lane. He was involved in the creation of the first goal, and he's got the second. 3 minutes before half-time. Nice interaction between the forwards. Here was Eanna Ryan, and that man with glue-like fingers, Noel Lane, picks it up. That's the kind of ball he loved. Rounds the fullback with difficulty and hand passes it beyond Jim Troy. So it's all Galway just now, leading by a goal and a point, as Linsky takes it from the air. No foul. Pat Delaney gets in. It comes to Sylvie Linnane, turns well, strikes sweetly into space. Ryan is racing onto it. Eanna Ryan, the star of last year's semi-final, drills it in low, searchingly and probingly in towards the full forward line. Martin Naughton's there. Is there a second goal to kill off Offaly's chances? There is! A second goal in the space of a minute. 3 goals in all, and Martin Naughton has got it. Well, that's a lead that they'll certainly take with them now to half-time. A good first half, was evenly balanced for a long time, but in the last minute, Galway have begun to take their chances well in front of goal, and Martin Naughton saw huge gaps which he exploited well, and Troy was absolutely helpless to do anything about it. Well, there's a push there, I think, which the referee didn't see, by Pat O'Connor on Anthony Cunningham. Comes down to Joe Cooney inside towards Noel Lane. A good pick up ahead there of Aidan Fogarty. A nice turn. This is a splendid tour de force by Noel Lane. He's got a goal and 3 points. An excellent performance by the senior member of the attack. Noel Lane, who scored 52 goals for Galway in his career, including the one he's got this afternoon. There's the position. And Offaly, if they're going to make a match of it now, they're going to have to get back into it quickly. But look at the determination on Martin Naughton as he races through, and he puts it over the bar for one of the nicest points of the afternoon. This is terrific hurling. Great style, great stickwork and finishing being illustrated by the champions from the West. Galway playing as good as they could possibly play at the moment. And I'm sure the Tipperary fans who are here, their side safely through to the final, are wondering already, as the referee saw a push there by Joe Dooley on Sylvie Linnane, which is going to be punished. A shake of the head by Joe, who has yet to score this afternoon. Tian, closed down, referee says no foul. Corrigan, pursued all the way by Pete Finnerty towards Danny Owens without the stick. He picks it up Gaelic style. Grounded by Jerry McInerney, free in for Offaly. But at this stage in the game, with 10 points between the teams, you would begin to wonder if from free situations Offaly will go for goals. 3:13 to 1-9. It's saved, it's stopped, and it's come out. And it's back in again by Mark Corrigan and wide. Gone off a defender for a 65, in fact. Watch it again in replay. Brilliant stopping there by the defence. Sylvie Linnane was there, and it's swept out. One of the great long-range free takers in modern hurling, Brendan Keeshan. From in searchingly towards Pat Delaney, and it's a goal for Offaly. It's precisely what the game has required. Well, that's a vital goal for Offaly. First real chance we've seen of Pat Delaney in action, and he goals from the 65. 16 minutes are gone in the second half. Watch for the big blonde centre forward. Used to be centre half, of course. That one came down and he touched it in. Vincent Tian drills it through to Eugene Coughlin. If they can get motoring, we could have a tight finish yet. Joe Dooley has been so quiet all along. Stopped by John Commons. Cleared away to midfield. Joachim Kelly gathers with confidence. Blocked down, however, by Pat Malone. Malone sticks doggedly to his task. Pat Delaney coming out to try and save the situation for Offaly, but it's Martin Naughton who takes it away in another mazy solo run right across field, pursued by PJ Martin and Vincent Tian. Passing, what a run of about 40 metres, make that about 50 now. Oh, this is a fantastic run by Naughton, eventually stopped just outside the 20-metre run. That is one of the best solo runs I think I've seen for years in top flight hurling. Oh, marvellous stuff by Naughton, the 24-year-old. What pace, what skill. He goes across to adjudicate, and it's going to be a hot ball. Mark Corrigan goes dangerously. It's another goal for Pat Delaney. Pat Delaney has contributed 2 goals in the second half. Well, there's only 5 points in it now. We were saying you might fancy Offaly in a tight finish. 29 minutes gone. That was whipped in from that ball out in the sideline. Look at the slack marking as Conor Hayes was drawn in and Delaney had a free chance.
Galway then were into their 4th All-Ireland final in a row. It was the final that everyone had expected. Galway, the prime example of hurling's new elite, against Tipperary, the great traditionalists, and now just recently returned from the wilderness to reclaim the mantle of champions. Well, the game didn't quite match the fervour and the excitement of the semi-final a year before. However, there was never more than a puck of the ball between them.
Seconds away now from one of the great annual occasions in Gaelic sport and in Irish life in general. The hurlers of Galway and Tipperary taking centre stage for the culmination of a year's strenuous effort. Jerry Kerwin checks, the fans wait. Straight away we note, incidentally, that Joe Cooney has switched with Brendan Linsky, and Linsky is now on the 40. Cooney is full forward. And away they go. John Lahey has it broken up, and it's taken down by Pat Malone down towards Michael McGrath. Looking for the lead score for Galway, in low. Conor O'Donovan back there. Out towards John Kennedy. Takes it with difficulty. Nice style. Belting it into the forwards towards Aidan Ryan. A high and hard challenge that time from Sylvie Lenane goes unpunished. Tony Keating taps it away. Donny O'Connell here, serving it in towards Nicky English. Ollie Kilkenny with Pat Fox. Ollie Kilkenny following up. Out to Sylvie Lenane it comes. Misses it. John Lahey applying pressure. Referee's whistle sounds for that foul on Sylvie Lenane. Whoa, it's getting a little heated early on. The tension of the occasion spilling over a little. The referee will move in quickly to defuse that. What deafening sound right at the start of this match in Croke Park. Loads of atmosphere. McGrath. Conor O'Donovan under it, but not too comfortably. Ian O'Ryan was going in there, and Paul Delaney had to be smart and quick. Out to Colin Potter it comes. Donny O'Connell, one-handed, up towards Pat Fox. Got there fast, but out over the end line and wide. So no score, and nearly 2 minutes played. That's a great puck out by John Commons. Jerry McInerney, man of the match last year. inside towards Joe Cooney. Ken Hogan comes out bravely, whipped away by Paul Delaney. Oh, that was a dangerous moment for Tipperary. Back in by Michael Coleman. Galway taking a bit of authority in the middle, and that's Ian O'Ryan who puts it over the bar. Ian O'Ryan, the scorer of the opening point, as Galway take command early on. It's a good knock against the breeze by Ken Hogan. Pushing Aidan Ryan and towards Declan Ryan. Tipperary and Sylvie Lane of Gorton Galway. Matt Malone downfield in towards Michael McGrath, stealing inside. Oh, a good position off Ken Hogan. Ian O'Ryan going in. Oh, Tipperary living so dangerously at the moment. Tony Keaney, marvellous catch. Here's Joe Cooney. Couldn't quite control it. John Kennedy. Aidan Ryan up the field, but there's nobody up there. Sylvie is not going after Aidan Ryan at the moment. Getting his hands full with Nicky English. Conor Hayes looking for the ball to come out to him. And the linesman signalled that's going to be a Galway ball. Disputed by Nicky English. Certainly the Galway tactic at the moment is to play the ball, use the breeze, put it down into the full forward line, unsettle that tip full back line if at all possible. And Sylvie slowing down the game, not following Aidan Ryan at the moment incidentally. Aidan's playing out around the half forward line. Tony O'Connell. Tony was fouled by Tony Keaney. That's going to be a free in for Tipperary, and Nick English is their free taker. Should be the equaliser. It is. So sides level after 6 minutes play. Breeze carrying the ball way downfield. It certainly is a factor in the first half, and it's aiding Galway. Galway, the champions, bidding to hold on to their title. Michael Coleman releasing it outside to Joe Cooney, who put it back in quickly to Martin Naughton, and that's over the bar. This man is deadly in front of goal. The hero the last day against Offaly starts in very positive form in the final. Across it comes towards Joe Hayes, who hasn't seen much of the action so far. John Lahey closed down quickly by Peter Finnerty. It doesn't look like he's going to get too much change out of Finnerty. It's Pat Malone. Out it comes to Martin Naughton, and match winner surely. Low ball to Ian O'Ryan, the architect of many fine scores in the semi-final. Well released outside to Martin Naughton, who kept on motoring before Bobby Ryan could get back to put in a challenge. He stuck it over the bar, and Galway have a 2-point lead, and he's scored 2 of the 3 points. Colin Potter stamping his authority in midfield at the moment. That's Declan Ryan up towards Pat Fox. Good pick up, a tricky forward. Peter Finnerty can't hold the stinging pass. Sylvie Lane releases to midfield, picked up by Joe Hayes. Nice sidestep by Hayes, settles himself. Nice composure, but a good save at the end by John Commons. Saw it all the way to midfield towards Pat Malone, left-handed and left-sided downfield towards Ian O'Ryan. Sun into his eyes. That's Michael McGrath. Marking is a little slack at times down there for Tipperary. Ian O'Ryan gets it onto his left-hand side, but he can't steer it on target. Joe Cooney has now moved back out to the 40, his chosen position, and as you saw there, Linsky in the fringe of the square. Brings out to Nicky English from that loose ball. Hand pass forward to Donny O'Connell. Nice turn, getting inside. Oh, a point. It's 4 points to 3. Tip's first point from play comes from Donny O'Connell, the Kilkenny man. Criticised from time to time by sections of the fans for his contribution, but he's a very effective centre forward. So just a point between the teams. And let's hope the nervous phase of the game is behind us, and the match will now open out a bit as Pat Malone replies quickly for Galway. It travels over the bar for Malone's first score, and Galway have once again a 2-point advantage. Linsky, a thorn in the side of Conor O'Donovan at the moment. Brought down. Colin Potter is in there. So too John Kennedy. Kennedy with beautiful skill. Oh, this man might be back for an All-Ireland football final sometime. A very resourceful clearance then by John Kennedy, but a Galway sideline ball. Coleman, low. The pick up his meat from Joe Cooney to Pat Malone, and he drills it over the bar. In characteristic fashion, Galway have opened up a 3-point lead. Jerry McInerney clearing. McGrath to fetch. Beaten on this occasion by John Heffernan. Towards Colin Potter, who wasn't expecting it. Tony Keady was the centre-half back, cool under pressure. Long ball down to Ryan to run into. A good shoulder by Paul Delaney. A very effective shoulder by Delaney at the crucial and critical moment. Good clearance to midfield towards Declan Ryan. Scrambled forward again for Galway and to Joe Cooney. A delightful player, Joe Cooney, when he really gets motoring. This is Jerry McInerney, looking busy as always, and last year's man of the match has given Galway a 4-point lead. That's the kind of point that can certainly inspire a team. Martin Naughton, when the ball comes his way, he certainly is impressive. Chopped down on that occasion and winning himself the free. Hayes has come out from his full-back line. There's nobody marking Nicky English if this ball travels back quickly. Conor fancies his chances from his own 65-metre line. Oh, that's well on its way. It sails high and it's got over the bar for Galway's 8th point. They can all do it. The full forward line, the half forwards, midfield, half back, and the full-back line. Peter Finnerty. Finnerty once again. Getting it through just far enough as far as Pat Malone, who was fouled. Tim trying to unhinge him, fouling him in any case with 6.5 minutes to go to the half-time whistle. And for disputing that, Tim penalised 10 metres. So a more favourable position then for Tony Keady. It's a flawless finish. He's got 2 long-range frees and 2 points. He is delighted. 9-3. Pat Malone is now being marked by Aidan Ryan, trying to close down his dominance at midfield. And there are several switches at the moment, I notice, in the Tipperary team, not playing as well as they can at all. But that really is a tribute to the effectiveness of Galway so far. Donny O'Connell trying to burst forward. Free in. John Lahey seems to have moved in towards midfield, and Colin Potter out towards the left half forward position. In fact, he's now gone forward again, I see, into the full forward line, where he's been marked by Sylvie Lenane. Nicky English is free, and this time the post doesn't come against him. He strokes over his 3rd point from a free, keeping Tipperary in touch. John Kennedy not hitting it too well. Peter Finnerty. Michael Coleman. Across the face of the goal, dangerously so, with Pat Fox around, trying to turn inside Ollie Kilkenny. Certainly the supply of the ball up towards Nicky English and Pat Fox. Not all that great so far, but it produces a point on this occasion from Declan Ryan. Declan Ryan's first point of the match, and now there's just 4 between them. So despite the fact that they haven't been playing all that terribly well, Tip very much in touch in this final of 1988. Noel Sheehy did well, but that's going to be a Galway ball. Galway then hoping to impose their will a little bit more. McInerney towards Brendan Linsky. And it's over the bar. They've been so dominant in a way it's surprising that they're only 5 points ahead at the moment. Keady breaks it down, came off Aidan Ryan up to Mickey English. Looked at the post and he pushes it over the bar. His 4th point, the first to come from play, their inspirational leader. There's the half-time position. It's 4 points enough for Galway, playing against the breeze for the second 35 minutes. A great deal of tension, anxiety and nerves, of course, as well. A little nudge as well from Colin Potter as that second half gets underway. Potter downfield, away by Jerry McInerney, into the breeze, however. Michael McGrath now out on the right half forward position. Probingly forward towards Ian O'Ryan. This is Paul Delaney. Bobby Ryan holding off his man. The clearance down, well taken by Donny O'Connell. Thought about a pass to Joe Hayes, flicks it forward instead, which is taken with difficulty by Sylvain Linane. Out as far as Declan Ryan, turns inside 2 men. Well done by Declan Ryan outside the 45-metre line, and there's the opening point of the second half. There's just 3 between them. Ryan's second point. 2 invaluable scores for the followers and for the team of the blue and gold. Aidan Ryan going out to try and meet that one. Conor Hayes. Here's Sylvain Linane. Tony Keady trying to tidy up that situation. Stalemate. The kind of stylish hurling that we witnessed in last year's epic game. It's drilled down but taken with ease here by Sylvain Linane, experienced campaigner. Inside it comes towards Joe Cooney. Galway persisting. McGrath gets it and tidies it up with that flick over the bar. Michael McGrath's first point restores Galway's interim lead of 4 points. Linsky is playing at full forward, Cooney at centre forward at the moment, as they were programmed. It breaks down to Declan Ryan off the stick of Sylvain Linane, tries to carry it across that channel, broken up by Peter Finnerty. John Lahey closing down on Peter Finnerty at every occasion. Finnerty then, a little altercation there with Donny O'Connell, and Tony Keady steps in as well. Originally it was Finnerty versus O'Connell. And the referee penalises the Tipperary attack and team another 10 metres. Well, he scored 2 very nice points in the first half from long-range frees, Tony Keady, but this is into the breeze. John Kennedy drops it down but gets back to recover his error to Colin Potter. High through the middle towards Pat Fox. Mickey English over there with Conor Hayes. Looking for support, gets it from Declan Ryan. Getting it on his left-hand side, and that's a good point. He's now got 3 points. The 20-year-old newcomer in the Tip colours this year makes it 11 points to 8. Peter Finnerty slowing down the game, taking his time, and the fans, I think, want the introduction of Noel Lane for Galway. But yes, he is warming up on the far side. Linsky forward towards Joe Cooney, tight position, across towards Cunningham. Nocton, oh, it's gone wide. It was an awkward pass back into the face of that goal, and Nocton was the one who took responsibility but couldn't steer it on target. Now, who will be going following the introduction very shortly of Noel Lane? The bandaged thigh, which caused the damage and resulted in him failing to make the team in the first place. Donny O'Connell. Off the stick of Sylvain Linane, it ricochets on Peter Finnerty. Push it wide, but only as far as the waiting Aidan Ryan. From an awkward position, that's a point. Reminiscent of some great points that Tipperary scored. in the league final from positions out around that side of the field. And this time it's Aidan Ryan who gets his first score. So now it's Noel Lane's turn to come on. He'll give that little slip of paper to the referee, Jerry Kerwin. Cyril Farrell is going in, and Aidan Ryan is coming out. It's Anthony Cunningham who's been called ashore. Cunningham was gone, didn't have a particularly happy afternoon, failed to score, and so he goes, and Noel Lane comes in and goes into the full forward line at top of the left. Galway still leading, remember, but only by 2 points now, 11-9. This is Martin Nocton. The champions bidding to retain their title. John Kennedy took his eye off that one. Space closed down quickly by Michael McGrath. John Kennedy and Noel Sheehy there, out into the centre towards Declan Ryan. And the referee calls for the ball, and there was an off-the-ball incident there. The referee says it's going to be a free for where the ball lands. Paul Delaney waits. This is from 65 metres. And there's just a point between the teams. The man from Rosscray gets his opening score at a vital and critical time. And the Tipperary fans now, I think, believe they can win this final. But only 9 minutes gone in the second half. It's a long way to go yet. Tight and tense, exciting as well. Michael Coleman puts up the hand. It's Pat Malone, however, gets it forward. But it's intercepted by Colin Bonner. Tipperary tails up at the moment. This is a good run, but he's stopped by Pat Malone. Out towards Noel Lane, first chance to impress. Being marked over there by the tight marking Paul Delaney. Lane across field towards Michael Coleman, a brother of Matty who played football for Galway in the 83 final. The hand pass forward to McGrath. Point between the teams at the moment, and Galway have a 2-point advantage again. Michael McGrath, the scorer, he's got 2 points, and it's 12-10. Ryan with the sun in his eyes, touches it down to Donny O'Connell inside towards John Lahey. Goal kicker is out. It's gone in! But the referee's whistle sounds. No, it's not going to count. The referee's whistle had sounded. There was a free out around 21 metres out. And it's going to be a free in for Tipperary just when they thought they'd got themselves the opening goal. Donny O'Connell played this ball in, but there was a foul just a second or two before as John Lahey ran in, got the break. In it went, but no goal. So Nicholas English, I'm sure, will tap this one over and put the minimum between the teams again, taking extreme care. As always, he's now got 5 points. 4 of the 5, incidentally, coming from frees. So it's beautifully balanced again. The centre of the field, Tip not exactly totally pleased, I'm sure, with the way things are developing. Bonner going up to meet this one with Pat Malone, who hasn't been as convincing as he was in the first half, but that's attributed to Tipperary in a way. McGrath here, through the eye of an eagle. Looking for players to give it to. Lane always available. There's a lot of good running. Little pass inside to Joe Cooney, marked by Bobby Ryan, and John Kennedy. The shot by Cooney is over the bar. He gets his first point of the match. 18.5 minutes into the second half. A pass that was, or a point that was well set up following a good pass from Noel Lane. John Heffernan, meanwhile, towards Aidan Ryan, now at midfield, we'll remind you. John Lahey. Nicky English taking it well, passing outside to Aidan Ryan. Striking that forward with a lot of conviction, however. It was half blocked in any case. Comes back down to Tony Keating. Pass outside to Michael Coleman. Galway grouping well, using their experience when needed to. Noel Lane here with Conor O'Donovan. Once again, he'll try to engineer a score or a free, maybe. It's a score he's looking for. Once again, it'll be Joe Cooney. Joe Cooney has really sparkled since Lane has come on. Linsky. Backing one another up well, but there's still a gap outside. But that's one pass too many, and it's John Kennedy who breaks it up and has to resort to the boot to kick it away clear down towards Colin Potter. Jerry McInerney gets a stick to it, but the referee saw a foul there on Colin Potter, and it's going to be a free for Tipperary from about 45 metres out from their own end line. So again, Paul Delaney. towards Cormac Bonner. Donny O'Connell there too. A shot from Cowan saves. A great shot by Fox was saved by John Commons. It comes out to Jerry McInerney, and Galway now live dangerously. Brendan Linsky tries to break it down. It comes towards Pat Malone. He's quickly blocked down, however, by two Tip players. It's released to Declan Ryan. This is a marvellous performance by Ryan. Well, win, lose or draw, this fellow has been a hero. 4 points he's contributed of Tip's 12 so far, and there's just a point between them. Tony Keane catches well. Pushing forward, a player who loves to attack, the centre-half back, remember. To Pat Malone, and it's over the bar. Pat Malone's third point. A player who took a lot of stick in Galway from many fans and supporters for his performance in the semi-final, but he's answered his critics. Peter Finnerty trying to break that one down with John Lahey there too. Lahey. It's Finnerty again. A dashing wing back up towards goal lane in a one-to-one situation. Dangerous. Ken Hogan reads well. Makes a good clearance. McInerney with a fabulous catch. Playing another great game this afternoon for Galway. Shouldering Bobby Ryan. And it's a point! A point in the first half, another in the second half at a critical time. 3 points now between the teams. Well, there's little or nothing really, it must be said, between Galway and Tip. But Galway now edging ahead. Tense, anxious minutes ahead. Ian O'Ryan. Galway now enjoying something of a dominance. Now can they kill off this Tipperary challenge? Lane has been good since coming on. But that's across to John Heffernan. Towards Nicky English, the player they look to. Takes it difficult, he releases outside quickly to Donny O'Connell. Jerry McInerney, who's gained confidence from his scores, blocking him down, holds it up enough for Ollie Kilkenny to come out. Aidan Ryan, shouldered over there by Ollie Kilkenny. They both appeal, and the referee goes across. Jerry McInerney, the player who came back from the US, having had the last couple of seasons over there. And Jerry want some of the other players a few more metres back from the ball. Donny O'Connell towards Aidan Ryan. Tip now trying to supply the ball in for their inside forwards, but that's Joe Cooney coming way out from centre forward to make the extra man in defence. And it goes to Ian O'Ryan inside towards McGrath. McGrath has got it. He's got Ryan in support if he needs him, but stopped brilliantly by Noel Sheehy, the centre half back. Defiant as always, released to Aidan Ryan. A half-inch shot with a half a hurley. It goes down to John Lahey. A great run by John Lahey. Shipping it in. Cormac Bonner's there, down towards the full forward, but it's Conor Hayes who takes it up. The commanding full back, and the referee says that there was some pushing, and it's going to be a free out for Galway. Just a goal between the teams, a goal which we haven't had in the final to date. Joe Cooney trying to latch onto that one. Away by Bobby Ryan. Here's Tony Kilkenny, left-sided in towards no lane, but it goes away from goal. But it'll waste a few precious moments. Galway hold possession. Tip will now have to get this ball downfield. They need scores quickly. Broken up by Ollie Kilkenny, jersey pulled by Declan Ryan, referee allows an advantage. Pat Fox. Ryan out to the unmarked Donny O'Connell. Keady tries to close down. Here's O'Connell going through. The shot. There's just a point, or rather there's just 2 points between them. Donny O'Connell's second point of the match comes with just over 4 minutes to go. Galway hoping to hang on. Jerry Burke's in the match, as you saw there for Galway. Here he is again, Jerry Burke. It's wide. They're substitute late in the second half, Jerry Burke having come in. We didn't see who went off. Galway now battling their hearts out, but both teams, full credit to them for giving us a very, very good game of hurling. Compelling contest, not over yet. John Conlon's on his knees, literally, and it's a 65 with Lahey raiding. Cormac Bonner was the one, I think, rather than Lahey. Yes, it's Cormac Bonner, number 20, who was going in. Once again, trying to prove himself as a predator. This ball will have to drop in, and Tip will have to score a goal in order to win this final. The Galway fans cheer loudest. We're almost into injury time. There'll be a little bit of that. Commons. Towards no lane it comes. Battling with Conor O'Donovan. Lane! A goal! No lane! He's the ace predator, surely. Lane, the goal-scoring hero last year. Had a great semi-final, I thought. And he scored a vital goal at a vital time in this year's final. This is it again. That long ball up to no lane, catching Conor O'Donovan off balance, doggedly pursuing that ball and slotting it wide of Ken Hogan for the game's only goal. Fox. Malone, what a great game he's played for Galway. That's Paul Delaney. Chipping it in towards Cormac Bonner. Tip looking for a goal. It's a penalty, I think, or is it? It is, yes, it's a penalty for Tipperary. It might not be over yet. Depends on how much time the referee's going to add on. There's 5 points separating the sides at the moment. We're 3 minutes into injury time. Tip with this penalty. English will be the taker. They're all ready to line up the goal line. The referee signalled it was all out. Yes, that's the position. I think he's waiting for the defenders to get out of the goal line. And they're being told now just 3 on the goal line. So Nicholas English, the team captain. He belts it over the bar for Tipperary's 14th point, a consolation score. He's got 6 of those points, and there it is! Galway complete a fabulous 2 in a row by retaining their title, and Tip, a very game Tip side, must wait a little longer as the champions win their 4th All-Ireland title with the final scoreline, which was Galway, 1 goal and 15 points. Tipperary, 14 points. Well, it's the moment, I suppose, that every schoolboy dreams about, and Conor Hayes has enjoyed that dream now on 2 occasions. It's Galway's day. The cup goes back to the west.
And so the 1988 season had finished up pretty much as the previous year's championship had done, with Galway claiming the title and Tipperary still waiting for that crowning achievement of their comeback. And as ever, the end of a season leaves us with tantalising speculation about the one to come. Will Tip finally be rewarded? Can Galway repeat the feat of their footballers of the 60s and claim 3 in a row? Will Kilkenny rise again as you always expect them to? Or will Antrim be the team of 1989, making that final push into hurling's big time? Well, questions to be answered. And as we look ahead and wonder who will close the decade carrying the mantle of champions, we look back too on the season that's been. We hope that you've enjoyed it, and we hope that you have enjoyed our highlights of the best of 1988.